This is Explaining Reality.
Hey, I'm Nora, and today we're talking about Here Comes the Newlyweds, Season 2.
And hey, I'm Colin. I have seen some episodes of this, which is kind of a change of pace. However, it was a very long time ago. But the reason we're talking about that today is we have two of the biggest stars from that show, Brendan and Bridget.
You got it.
Wait, we have to say, like, we're just a rock and roll couple.
Yeah. That was our tagline. Colin and Nora, great to see you guys. Colin and I go way back, and this is my lovely wife, Bridget, and we're happy to be here and remember as much as we can about the show.
Yeah. No longer newlyweds.
Right. So I guess that the show was on in 2009, I think we just covered.
Yeah.
Did it air in 2009?
But did it in 2009?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take too long after the recording for it to hit, as far as I remember. It was all before Sadie, right?
I think
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of start there with how this happened. And we're going to have a bunch of questions, I'm sure, but wanted to figure out how this all started, because I don't even remember if we talked about that, back when this happened.
Right. Well, yeah, the thing was that like everything had to be so super secret.
I remember
we couldn't
that,
tell anybody
yeah.
anything. And we did a pretty good job of not, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But it happened because our wedding photographer was asked by producers, have you shot any interesting weddings, like interesting people in an interesting location, blah, blah, blah. So we got married at Christ Church, which is the church in Philadelphia that Ben Franklin went to, Betsy Ross. It's like the forefathers' church. We got married there. And then we had our reception on the roof of the Philadelphia Free Library. So I think she was like, I know some jazzy kids, and passed her name on.
Yeah, I think I just got I think she emailed you, and then you're like, look at this. And I remember I think they must have sent like a little blurb. It was like, we're looking for interesting couples. And the photographer was basically like, we got this, or I got this. If you're interested, here's someone to reach out to. And I remember just scanning it and then like seeing potential $350,000 cash prize. And I was like, sure, why not? So that was pretty, I mean, it was just cold, hard cash. I was like, win money? Yeah. Sure. So then they made us, what did they make us do, right?
We had to make a video. I remember we had to like set that all up and just introduce ourselves and how we met, I think, like our backstory. And then they decided that they wanted to go on to the next step. So they flew us out to California. And my father was very nervous that this was some big scheme.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time. I mean, and back then it was like not even as bad as it is now, but we were definitely like not sure the entire time of how.
Right. Because they want your passports. You give them your phone. Like,
wow.
You don't have any communication. And
well, that was when we were actually
when we were there, but we couldn't talk to them really then.
Yeah.
But yeah. My dad was like, for sure. My mom's like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because my brother was going to, this is a weird side thing. My brother was going to Iraq while we were there. So we set it up so he could call me like before he left. And like we knew that was going to happen because they okayed it ahead of time. And my mom was like, listen, when you talk to Jeffrey, if you need us, ask about butterscotch.
Oh yeah, there's a safety word.
They were supposed to be like, it was supposed to be like the name of a pet that we don't have.
This was in case it was a scam,
yeah.
and they were imprisoning you.
Like blink in Morse code.
Yeah, we were in cages. So don't worry.
But
we handled ourselves.
Luckily that didn't happen. Yeah, we basically we made a little sizzle tape, and they must have liked us. We flew out, and then they like sort of put us through mock like what it would be like little interviews and things.
Yeah.
And I guess they determined that we had the Riz, as the kids say these days.
Yeah, we wooed them.
Well, it was all, it was, my wife is the one with all the good personality. I guess,
Maybe.
I was, I had a nice enough face, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, but wait, you should tell them how when we got on the show, they did ask Brendan to dye his hair
yeah.
black.
Right. Yeah. So
What?
Yeah.
everything was very much, they go for like you're playing this role. Like we were the East Coast sarcastic punk rock couple. So they asked me to dye my hair black.
Just to bring it
That's why it
home.
looked like that.
Just to bring it home.
Yeah. I didn't think
What
it
color was your hair?
just like dirty blonde or
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so you sent so Nora could do her research. You sent the links to that show, and I was looking for something that specifically mentioned either of you, and I didn't see anything. But there was like some little thumbnail with you guys in the corner, and I could tell one was Bridget, and then there was somebody standing next to
Yeah.
her that I assumed was Brendan, but it didn't
Yeah.
quite look like him. So maybe that was it.
That was him.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like
The
dark hair and
black
a bit
hair.
sideburn.
Yeah, I think I had to like my hair was like that for a while, and I mean I was going to work and I was just like, oh yeah, just trying something new. Like I'm like the last guy, like that was like the one part I was like, ugh, like I did not really, because I don't like any, I don't make myself stand out is not my thing.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was odd.
It was weird. But I mean, so when we went the first time to California to see them in real life, I remember like, they keep you separated. So, but you could go out.
The couples separated?
The couples
Yeah.
separated.
The first time you went out, did you know you were going to be on the show, or is that still kind of like
We didn't know
tryout or
yet.
interview
It was
or
like
what? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of, remember that room? There was like a fair amount of couples.
Because we went downstairs to go eat and they let us, and we saw other people, like other younger couples, and we're like, I remember we saw the Corlises because he had like all his tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think those are our competition for like rock and roll, like punk rocky looking couple. Luckily, they did not fit that bill at all. So we got it.
Yeah, there were. Now that's my first memory jarring of there was a fair amount of couples there. So we made
Yeah.
the cut.
Yeah, we did it. But it's because we made a joke about my mom that they really liked.
And yeah. Well, there was that one. I mean, that happened later. Well, I mean,
doesn't matter.
later on in the filming, at one point, now they could have said this to all the people, like we were filing in to do one of our recorded scenes, like where we stand and like react to things, and the producers were like, "Ah, the Huffmans, the only couples we actually like," like because they're like East Coast sarcastic, TV people.
They were like in
Yeah.
like pop punk bands.
Yeah, and like most of the people like on the show were, mid country folk, so they don't have that like sarcastic biting edge that we.
Which I didn't.
That was our.
I truly didn't realize how much of like an East Coast sarcastic thing was. Like I always thought it was just like people
The coasts
being dumb and exaggerating about things, but then I was like, oh, people do not understand us here even a little bit. Like I think that we're hilarious and like dry and like, oh, this is obviously a joke and funny, but people just thought we were mean.
No, I thought you were really funny,
I was like,
honestly.
"Oh,
And it was you and the other couple that was really funny. I think their last name
the
was
Ings."
Ings.
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
like them.
we love the Ings.
They were very funny. The
We love
rest
them
were
all.
kind of boring, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, they ended up with and well, now some people might still have Google alerts set up, so we liked everyone, but there was people that we liked more.
They definitely understood us more. Like we've seen them since, like there was a time when we were all like would exchange Christmas cards for a bit, but that Christmas cards don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
everybody's kind of fallen out of touch. I'll see things if I like jump onto Facebook,
yeah,
but
that's right.
who knows what's going on with anybody.
You don't really keep up with any of them anymore.
I follow the Ings on Instagram. I follow the McMorrises on Instagram. They're extremely successful right now. It
Okay.
seems like, yeah, like I mean,
Oh, the McMorris. Yeah.
Michaela is like a power player, and I
Are
think
they-
maybe Kenny too.
All still together.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
No.
well, I don't know what you talking about the Corlises?
Yeah, the Corlises
That
got
happened
divorced
that happened-
right away.
Oh,
At the house.
The winner.
Yeah.
Right.
my husband actually told me that, and because we watched the show together, and then he was giving me updates. Last night he came in and he said the Corlises aren't together anymore.
Can you believe it?
Breaking news.
Yeah. Love does not win.
So So they were the winners of the show.
Mhm.
They
Okay,
were.
so and this is a question that I normally ask on our podcast, but like how does this show work? Like what was like what's the point of it? That was like a competition where you win at the end, but how do you win? Like what how does this show work?
Go for
If
it.
you remember.
It's funny because I remember like being there, and there would be the aspects where, like, because we weren't allowed to speak to each other in between the things that you pretty much see on TV. Like, we were in separate rooms, taken in separate cars. You weren't allowed to talk unless it was they were like,
Yeah, like and then like when you'd be in like a little holding room, you like they you nobody was allowed to talk to each other. And like you kept getting admonished for people like snickering about things. So yeah, it was tightly run.
yeah. And then I was always confused because like whatever the challenge was that we would have to do, we were supposed to take that and add a part of that, and then part of just like hanging out for an hour a day with drinks at a pool.
Yeah,
And we're supposed to somehow meld that and be like, this couple's not going to, or we judging if we didn't think they were going to make it in their
right.
marriage was going
Yeah.
to
Well,
work. I didn't really know. I just tried to get rid of people that I didn't really like hanging out with.
yeah.
That was
Well, I
one of
mean,
my questions, actually, if because we were wondering if when the cameras went down, if that's because you were all staying in that house together, right? So when you'd go into your bedroom, would that be
That was it.
like you couldn't come back out?
right. Yeah. Yeah. They would have a camera in there for like 10 minutes while they would get like some nighttime reaction shots or whatever. You probably saw those.
Yeah.
Um,
We
and then
thought it was like just a camera run. I was like, that's awkward. We thought it was
right.
just the camera, like without a camera guy just
No,
running in your
yeah, they
room.
would coach us. They'd be like, "We're gonna leave this camera on, talk about the day, talk about like,
Ah,
try. Obviously, we know we're on camera, so we're trying to be entertaining and stuff. So, but it's not like it's running. It wasn't running the whole time. And to your question, like the show was structured. There would be like a special event, like what's her name, Ruth,
Oh,
Dr.
Dr.
Ruth.
Ruth.
So like
oh
that would be
yeah,
the
that was
special
funny.
event, and then there would be a little goofy thing around that, and then there would be like a main challenge, and then there would be hangouts. So each episode was structured
Pretty
like that,
formulaic, yeah.
and it was all back at, so we would do like a show would be what, a couple days of filming, and then we'd get one day in just alone in a hotel where we couldn't leave the hotel or do
I think it
anything.
was 3 and 2.
Three, no, I'm pretty sure it was only one. I would have gone crazy if it was 2 days in the hotel room. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like pacing, I was like doing steps in the hotel room to not, because
So you
I got
weren't sleeping in the house? You were
so
sleeping in a
we would,
hotel
yeah.
room?
Some of the nights for like
Ah.
the filming nights, and then we would have time off.
Oh,
I think
I
they probably
see.
had to set things up and move things around, so they would send us out to a motel in between each episode.
Oh, and it's also election, like, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember it was the Obama. Like I remember when we were. I have a very strong memory of the economy crashing while we were like sitting in a room, waiting for the hotel or the filming to start. And I remember John McCain saying the economy is strong and Obama roasting him. So that was all part of the memories too.
And
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to look at newspapers or watch the
Oh
news,
yeah.
so we weren't. They like cut you off from everything. So we
Wow.
watched. They would give us DVDs.
Oh yeah. Really?
We watched
Wait.
Project Runway.
Oh, didn't we watch Dexter?
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. It's like a little time capsule. Yeah. Then Brendan
And you
never
didn't have
watched
your
it.
phones or anything either,
No.
right?
Mm-mm.
Did we?
Wow.
That was we didn't have that was pre-smartphone.
Yeah, we got a smartphone when Sadie was born.
Yeah, that was like our first smartphones was like the Droid in 2009 or 10. So we did, it was pre-smartphone everywhere era.
Mine was the red flip phone.
Yeah.
So
Wow. So I had a question about there was one of the challenges that you did was running through the hardware store and you had to collect
That's the
items
one we won.
that's the one that you won. So were all the contestants in this because the editing made it look like you were all in there at the same time. And I just kept thinking when you just see like somebody had a giant like toilet seat on top, if you would see the toilet seat, but then other people weren't getting when the person was describing it. Like when they just be able to look
think-
at the person's cart and be like,
got it. Got to
we
go
need
to
a
that.
toilet
I think they had
seat. we
waves, like
need
they did
this
like
and
Yeah.
whatever, however many couples there were. I think they had like 3 at a time, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. It wasn't the whole group, but it was a couple at a time. And I think they even, I don't even remember my greatest achievement. If we like started off from different locations or if we all started off.
I don't know. I had a feeling. I remember it being like, oh, we were gonna.
I got this. Yeah,
we were,
I
like,
felt pretty good about it.
Because like I don't know. I'm good at words, and I don't know. You're also good at words, but we locked in on that. Plus, you're smart about hardware and tools. So I had a good feeling about that one.
It's my thing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Felt
And
good
then
about it.
at the end of that, they offered you $20,000 cash that you
Oh,
could
I
take.
forgot about that too.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know probably a source.
So I mean, I like in my head, I was like, we're here for this thing. I mean,
My sister said that too.
yeah, and like
Before
after
Yeah.
it would be like $10,000 after taxes, which is obviously really
Right.
nice to start out with. But I mean, and plus the first episode, the Smiths took it and then got instantly kicked off. So it's like
Right.
it allows the other couples to feel
Take the
not
whole thing,
bad
yeah.
about kicking you off, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
And I remember before we left, my sisters were like, "Go big or go home." Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
do it, have fun, and do the thing, and take the
Plus, I didn't
risk.
want to leave yet. I was like, it's like it was kind of
They were paying her rent.
yeah.
So wait,
like we were good.
this money, like, so you won an event or challenge or something, and you could take money, and then that means you would leave, or that means
I
you'd
think it was
likely
either
be
money or
voted off?
immunity.
Yeah, it was money or
Oh,
immunity.
okay.
So they could take the money and stay, but they could be voted off. And another couple took the money and they instantly got voted off because people were like, well, at least they're leaving with something. And honestly, my husband and I were watching the show together and we both said we would have done the exact same thing. We would have, we definitely.
Yeah, right. Back after it aired, there's this like big goofy jock at my work, and he just like he came by he never came by my desk, but he must have been watching. He came by and he like knocked and he was like $20,000, and he just like shook his head at me and walked off. And I was like, yeah, asshole. But it was kind of funny.
Side meat.
Yeah, side meat.
So do you earn anything while you're on the show? Like reality shows today, they do pay like people while they're there. And
that was like some law. There was like laws about that, right? Like they passed.
Yeah, because people are leaving their jobs and things to go take these opportunities. And so was that the case back then?
That. No.
Yeah, because what I remember is they asked us pretty much like, "What do you guys have to pay in a month? What are your?"
I don't remember that. You're saying they paid our rent?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
They did something. They like asked us like, "What's your rent? What's your electricity look like?" That there's a couple things like that.
Okay,
and I think that's probably why you were like, "All right, we can do this."
Okay, wow.
I mean, I'm missing work.
Yeah. There was a prize. Everyone got a trip to Banff, but it was like it was like you had to pay the flight. It was not as billed, so we didn't do it.
But some people did, and they went.
And they made it hard to like, it was not like, they made it a little bit difficult. So I felt like it was a little shady. Like
it was like a participation prize.
Yeah, but you had to do a lot of legwork to actually get it.
You didn't pay for anything to like be on the show.
No,
like everything was
no.
taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Flights. I think we had to fly out 3 times total.
You know what the very best thing was though? This wasn't really the best thing, I think, the whole part. When we got there, so you get there before the show starts, and you bring your suitcases in, and then they send the like the hair and I guess they were hair people, sort of the hair and the wardrobe people, because you bring all your clothes. They're like, make sure you bring stuff that doesn't, like, there's a very specific, no logos, no colors that wouldn't, like, that'd be crazy. And like the wardrobe people come in and go through all your clothes and they're like, oh, this is good for that. And I remember being like, they're gonna like me. I got some weird stuff. I got some weird vintage stuff. But then after they take your passport and your money and everything, then they come in with this big folder filled with menus. And you go through these takeout menus and just circle everything that you would want or that you'd eat. And then like for dinner and for lunch and everything, they're like, we're going to California pizza.
Yeah.
Or whatever the place is.
Yeah, you'd get 3 meals a day, but I remember being stuck in the hotel and I was like, this is too many calories. I was like, I got all freaked out about that, but it was, it was pretty good.
Where in California was it?
San Diego area.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those massive, ridiculous mansions out in Richville, California.
Yeah.
How long were you filming for?
So each
It's
Each
weeks.
So each episode was basically like a 3-day process. So 2 days on set and then one in the hotel room, and we made it through 4 episodes. So it
Is
was
that it?
we made it through half.
Yeah, you made it through. There's only 8 episodes,
Yeah.
so
We stopped
yeah.
watching after.
No, we didn't. We watched.
No,
Okay.
I honestly though, you guys were the most entertaining.
That's
And
great. Thank you.
I stopped watching after you left too.
Yeah. It wasn't like because it like wasn't that.
We're on the last episode though, right?
Yeah, that was the last
Because they like
episode.
brought us back again for like a.
Yeah, what
Oh, I was
happened?
gonna ask if there's a reunion because nowadays they can't do a reality show without
Oh.
the reunion show.
It wasn't. I mean, it was basically like everyone comes back for the last episode, and yeah, I forget what.
Because we had all of our votes.
Was it to vote the
Counted
winner?
together.
Oh yeah, we had to vote
Yeah.
for them. I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
What was it? It was the McMorrises and the Corlisses, right?
Yeah, and we
And the
just split our.
Corlises were in the bottom a lot.
Yeah.
Like every episode it felt like.
Well, that's why they got. Yeah, I mean, it was. Yeah, people were like, "Oh, we'll be able to beat them." So that's what happened. Like everyone left them in so that they could like potentially face off against them. I guess was the idea.
Jokes on them.
Yeah.
And they I remember we split our vote.
Did we?
Yeah, because we were like, okay. It's
Oh,
like,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't. I mean, we like
We
both
did
of them fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you're right.
We did. Sorry, guys. That part wasn't very helpful. I
No,
wasn't.
especially because you were saying that they didn't give you much time to, like, just while you're filming, you have an hour of kind of socializing and then they separate. I wonder why they do that because I feel like you could create real bonds
I'll
and really
tell you
get
why.
close to people.
They
They
told
didn't
us
do that.
that part of the reason why is because at one point in like the very first day, we were with oh my god, I can't
Cox's.
remember. No. The muscle guy's wife.
Michaela.
Oh.
No, that was
No.
McMorris. Yeah. Shoot, Mark and
No.
yeah, I can't remember. his
Wait,
name.
was it the Mormons?
No, there's 2 sets of Mormons,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
there's-
the Mormons
Oh.
there, baby. Yeah.
But one was like, I guess the
yeah, they were-
labeled Mormon
They were
couple
cool
on the
Mormons.
show.
Yeah, and then
The Smiths
Yeah.
were the alternative Mormons, and the Hinkins. That was my thing. Yeah. Yeah.
oh my god. Listen, you can't put this part in.
No, Edit that out.
We'll talk about this.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't want us to be online saying anything nasty about people.
That's not nasty. She put it out there for people to see. I'm, if anything,
Okay.
promoting it.
Well, you can afterward we can tell
Yeah.
the extra details.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still haven't come up with the name of that one couple.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't remember them. Was
And
there a question about them?
Here, let me look it up.
Yeah.
I lost the whole place where I was going trying to think of their name.
Yeah, I forgot what our train of thought was.
Did it have something to do with voting?
Voting
The
for
end?
them. No.
No.
Probably.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember if there was a specific question, but
I remember being like wanting to. Oh, I remember. What it was is they kept us separate and they didn't want us to talk. And the reason that they told us was because a thing that actually happened. We were standing around like before, like in the very, very beginning. And I was next to, you can insert her name there. and, and then we just like were kind of like whispering and she said something, we were like talking about something about hair. And she's, oh, I do hair. I was like, I do hair too. And they were like, no, like this is the kind of thing that we want you to catch on camera. So that way the example they use is like, if you're like this guy, you like pizza, I like pizza, we're pizza bros. Like, and if you guys called each other pizza bros the entire time, they would have no idea of where it came from. So,
Oh man.
yeah, it was tight. They were a tight ship.
Yeah, Google doesn't even know.
It was like kind of difficult to find.
It says the Corliss,
Gross.
and then it says, and Brendan Huffman, that's what Google says, was a fitness professional, had a very muscular, athletic build.
yeah, there's a lot of Pat.
So it's you.
No, it wasn't him. It was the other guy. He was the guy who wore the sleeveless shirts, and Pat Bullard got a lot of jokes out of that one.
Yeah, he did.
No, but I'm saying Google's telling me it's you.
Okay, well,
My fit husband.
second fittest dude, I guess.
It was weird to to think about like back. I know this is like jumping back, but I just thought about it about how the like the little things that we had to do. What are they called? When we had to go through the bugs, when we had to go to
The
Oh.
the
challenges.
challenges, how like the challenges, like how I'm not sure how a lot of those they really had to do some creative thinking about how feeling people's butts
Right.
was going to be a good indicator if your marriage was good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, they're like, they got these,
translate.
yeah, they have ideas that are like, slightly naughty for TV that'll get people interested, but then they're like, all right, now we got to tie this into
Yeah.
our, our premise or whatever.
The bugs thing too. Like, what was we had to do something with bugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was disgusting.
It
Collecting
really
had to
wasn't that
collect
big of a
all
deal. Yeah.
those bugs, and they were everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, as long as, I mean, they were like, these don't bite. They're like the dumbest, safest, but all right, fine. I got it.
Was it, how did they try and make that a thing? Were they like, did all the girls do that?
Yeah,
And what did the
I
boys
think the
do?
guys did too. I think both
Oh, did you?
people went into the room and had to collect the bugs, and yeah,
I only have fleeting memories of that challenge.
This sounds
that
like a
reminded
great
me
show,
of
by the way.
like
I should watch.
Yeah.
no, it was really good. And there was another scene that was kind of funny with the two of you that I'm wondering if it was real or not, because there was something about they were talking about sex, and Bridget, you did not want to talk about it, and
I'm a
Brendan
prude.
was pushing you, and then you whispered
No,
to
that
him.
was my,
Yeah, you said,
I-
I'm punching you in the nuts when we get back to the room.
yeah.
And then sure enough, it shows you two on camera back in your room, and you were like, oh, I almost forgot. And you pulled back the blankets
Well,
and bam.
It was real. I think she kind of cooked it up a little bit. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and but yeah, but
I gave you guys the razzle dazzle.
yeah,
You're
she
I
welcome.
he
loved
was
it.
like,
I thought it was hilarious. I
yeah.
was like, oh
And
my
that
gosh,
sound
I
we were
wonder if
talking
she
about
really
it,
did
that they augmented the sound
Yeah.
of my yelp. It was like a fake. We heard,
They did like a
yeah, it was like, yeah, it was like
that was real.
they three stooged that up.
I don't think I even like made
Oh, and that
real contact. It wasn't gonna actually hit you in the
I
the-
figured that's what I was like, because
Yeah.
you weren't doubled over or
Right.
anything.
it was just like,
So I
a
was like, did that? But yeah, they put sound effects.
Yeah.
yeah.
It looked real.
Yeah, the funniest thing about that, I was telling Bridget earlier, I was remembering, so I got, I could set up like a Google alert in that area just to see what kind of stuff about us was popping up online. And the funniest thing that came up was like some weird forum where a person was complaining about how this was how it's like hypocrisy of society, how like if that were me hitting Bridget, like it would be like a crime, but like she's allowed to hit me there, and like
Oh
everyone
my
thinks
gosh.
it's funny. And my joke was that like we started the men's rights movement because it was like right after that was all like all that stuff kind of led up to where we are now. But anyway, that was I guess one of our more standout moments.
But it was like clearly comical.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been
She
funny
was
if you were
bringing the-
doubled
she was-
over, like
right.
in pain, and it was like, oh wow, she really just hurt him. Like
People
that
did
wouldn't
say
be
things.
funny. It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I
People
thought it
did-
was comical. I thought it was obvious that it was like a comedy relief moment.
Well, that was my like the like slow raise hand was like my
Oh.
dry, like self-deprecating
That was that.
humor, and that it worked
I
out
was
for
like, do you have any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. That was
Yeah.
with Dr. Ruth.
I think what was
right?
it was a funny thing for me to raise my hand then because it was like
It was like self-deprecating.
Yeah, it was
but
like-
I was also afraid. I think I
Forget
also was
the
legitimately
prom.
afraid that nobody. I was like, they're not gonna understand. It's a joke.
yeah,
You know?
right.
I got nervous.
I only
But
we
even
only
that, I don't know what she said because they bleeped it out. We were
Oh.
trying to figure out what she said. Dr. Ruth said something, and then you slowly raised your. She said, "Does anyone have any questions about bleep?" And then you
bleeped it out. That's
slowly
weird.
raised your hand, and then showed the host going, "It was a joke, you idiot." And
Right,
everybody
okay.
like laughed.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
that's-
"What did she say?"
Yeah,
I just thought it was like, do you have any?
I thought it was maybe like
Questions?
masturbation or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
It was on ABC, right?
Yeah,
Back
yeah,
then.
so-
So maybe, yeah, I think TV was more strict back then with things that they
Makes sense.
allowed.
It is funny because we were just talking about it earlier. Like our kids don't even really know. Like nobody really knows about it. Like it's not something we talk about, And like at work once in a while, I work with my sister, so she'll mention it, and then everybody will be like, "What?" I'm like, "Hey, yeah, that's true. I did do this thing."
Yeah.
and
It's a weird little thing we did for sure.
Yeah, and and we just like asked the kids, like, "Did you know that we did that?"
Yeah. I think we only watched it once. I mean, I remember being like, I not unhappy about how we came across. There was like nothing too embarrassing, and I had a
No.
few cool. Like I think I remember being like the part where I think it was like the yoga thing, and I like spit out this string of like Eastern religion stuff from all my college courses, and I think I remember I nailed it, and
Nah.
Bob was like, "That was the best part of your show," so, but I only watched it once, so maybe I'll check that out again someday.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could. I don't
No,
know.
you should definitely watch it because
Really?
you should watch it again. You guys you're so funny. The host was really funny.
He was
too.
really
He
funny.
was a Roseanne writer.
Yeah, he's funny.
Ah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
run on, son. True.
He's just watching us.
Yeah.
I just thought it was great because
Everything works
today's
still.
well
3
today.
kids.
Oh, how old are your kids?
Sadie is 16.
Oh
Miles
wow.
is 14, and Drew is 9.
my
Can you bleep their
goodness.
names?
Oh.
Just dox them. No,
Sorry.
just kidding. It's all good.
I mean, I can.
16, 14, and 9.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so you really didn't punch him in the nuts.
All functioning.
Yeah. I mean, the reaction was real, but it was just a little love tap. Yeah.
Oh, you know another thing that's funny that happened too? When we were like home and the show was on, I was like, all right, let's see what the youths interweb saying. And there was somebody in there, there was in a chat room, they couldn't get over how mean I was. And like it was sarcastic and mean and all this stuff, which is like the stuff I pride myself on, like being sassy. But somebody was right in those comments, like who totally understood me. I think that it's because of A, B, C, and D. It's like an East Coast thing, a dry sense of humor. And I was like, this person gets me, yeah. And then I looked, and the person's name was the name of our childhood pet growing up, and it was my sister.
That's hilarious.
Check. Yeah. Thank you, Kristen. You get me.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was funny, and I thought, when you guys, so at the end, when you turned down the 20,000 and you were safe, at the elimination ceremony, you said, everybody, he said, how's everyone feeling? They're like, sad, this is tough. And you were like, I'm ready to get rid of some dead weight.
I just say things sometimes.
Well, and then they like, I know that they were like, all their bells went off, and they're like,
Yeah.
they put that, they pushed that real hard. So
Because I think it's because
And you think the producers did too, right? Don't you think the producers were going back to the contestants and kind of creating that narrative of,
what do you think she meant by dead weight?
Yeah.
Because I think that's probably what they had to do to make a show, was be like here, like some little thing and being like, oh, we can turn that into something.
Right.
And I really didn't mean anything. I was just making a joke.
Yeah. Flippant comment that is why we don't
so misunderstood.
Why we have a mortgage payment now.
The one liner that
I don't think that there's
it goes into all the promos and everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because the truth is everybody was there to win the grand prize. So what you want to do is get rid of somebody every single week and get to the end. I mean,
they're probably trying to get rid of the strong people, and they just needed one little excuse,
They knew. They could tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
How much coaching or behind the scenes stuff? Talked about it a little bit, but they ever tell you what to say or do this or do that, or
I mean, there like maybe once or twice they'd be like, "Oh, save it," but it was pretty.
They would use our words, and then if we made a joke, and if we made a joke, if not part of the thing, they'd be like, "Say that again."
Do that again.
And we'd say it again, and then or they'd be like, "All right, that's good. Let's if we can condense it, maybe we could say it this, that kind of thing." We said all the things.
Yeah.
My worst comment on the show, but they really worked up into a joke, was something about the butts in prison, which I wouldn't. That's not very I don't know. My sensibilities are different about that now, but they definitely wanted to workshop that one. They I think I said something like that, and they're like, "Oh, that's really funny. So I think I probably
Was it during the butt challenge?
yeah. I haven't had
So
this. My butt hasn't seen
action.
this much action since I was in prison. Which
Oh
like
yeah. You did say
like
that.
I mean I think I had made like a worse version of the joke, and then they're like, oh, that's really funny. So there was
It was
sometimes they would
funny
like
though.
Low
That
hanging
was
fruit.
yes
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Colin, do
Exactly.
you know about the butt challenge? Do
Uh,
you know what this is?
I kind of remember, like, I think I saw that. I must have,
All of the
like when it was on
husbands,
TV back
the
then.
wives were
They had
blindfolded.
to like figure out whose
Yeah,
butt
they
it
had to
was,
stand in
or
front and
yeah.
they had to like fondle their butts, each butt. And some of the women were like really like just like
Get in
going
there.
in.
Yeah.
in
And
there.
others were
Yeah.
just kind of patting it down.
Yeah.
Like next. And they had to see if they could guess their husband's ass,
Was
Yeah.
basically.
anyone
Yeah.
smelling their fingers?
Let's hope not.
I know, my man. I remember when we did like the blindfolds. I remember being like, I can see everything, and they're like, oh, and people had gone ahead of me. I'm gonna be like, which one of you bitches could also say and didn't say anything about it? But I was like, I must be honest, because I would be afraid. It was like one of the earlier on challenges. I was like, what if I could see a little bit? And they like zoom in so you can see my eyes like looking around.
That's funny.
I didn't know how they were gonna edit it. I was like, you have to be honest about everything.
No, of course, because that'd be the worst if there was something and you got eliminated or sent home simply because of like breaking a rule that,
Yeah. Embarrassing.
Yeah. I remember starting off in like I remember right before we started getting like a mild panic attack, like I was like, I'm gonna be so nervous and I'm gonna be awful, and like the whole time I'm gonna be a wreck. But then as soon as it started, I just kind of fell. I was like, I guess once it started and we got like one scene down, I was like, all right, I can do this. But I remember
This
being
is happening.
pretty nervous for a second, and but got over it luckily.
So they threw you right into it, like as soon as you were cameras on, or did they let you get comfortable with the cameras? I feel like I'd be looking at the camera all the time.
You know, I think that one of the first shots that they did is us pulling up to the house, and I think they individually took everybody going, "Whoa, look at this. What?" Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember they would shoot like those white screen things where they would have all those interludes and like
Yeah.
us doing like jumping
Oh,
catcher.
yeah.
And there was one
Dance.
like one that I liked that they kept while we were filming, and then someone just like opened the door to the right, and we both like went like that, and like they
Oh, that was
used
funny.
because like I guess it's like a cute reaction or something, but it was just all just from someone making noise on the set. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, that was cute. It was perfect timing. You both like looked away and then you both turned and looked. It was like the Zoolander look, like
Oh, was it?
straight at the
That's
camera.
funny.
That was cute.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
super cute.
I don't even remember that. That's funny. We had a good time, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, it was good. They treated us nice. They bought us PlayStation little handheld games. They kept us. Yeah, it was. I'd do it again. As I was saying to Bridget, maybe this will.
Revival.
Yeah, someone will see this and be like, "We got to get these people back on TV."
What are they
Oh,
up
you
to?
guys make good TV. That's for sure.
What are they up to?
Definitely a good chance that they will see and or hear this. So
Well, our TikTok following is a little bit higher than we're getting there. I mean, we're a new podcast, but
Well, for a minute, we had IMDb pages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Does that go away?
Well, it's not. I don't think it's there anymore because I remember thinking about it. Like somebody mentioned it at work, and I was like, "Oh, let me see it." And
Yeah. If you Google Brendan and Bridget Huffman, you can still see stills from it. I remember. I haven't done it in a while, so.
yeah, so that was one of my other questions because today with TikTok, Instagram, influencers everywhere, like anyone who gets on a reality TV show, it is very tough to go back to a private life after because literally anyone with a smartphone can snap your photo if you're at the grocery store anywhere and grab footage of you. And people are talking about the shows all over. And back then, it wasn't really like that. So you were able just to go back to a private life. Like, did any part of you want to keep the spotlight going? Or when it was done, were you like, no, now I just want my life to get back to normal?
Well, I got recognized once on the train by a stranger. That was pretty much it on my part. Like I was like, because I used to ride the train to my work, and I was like, "Hey, I saw you on that TV show." I was like, "Oh, hey, yeah." That was pretty much it. I mean, yeah.
I got recognized a few times, and the one time was with my friend, and I was like, "Yes, somebody saw this." It's real. It did happen a few times, but I was always really surprised by it. Like, maybe I don't look at people's faces enough. I don't think I'd ever be able to be like, I know you
Yeah. Plus my
from that show I watched last night, which was on before The Bachelor. Like, what a time slot,
yeah.
Yeah, and
you know?
ABC. That's a major
Yeah.
network. Yeah.
Yeah, back then when reality shows were much more punk rock, it was like not like these days where it's all overproduced and fake and stuff. Like that was like,
Well, I
it was
think,
it was I mean, it was pretty real.
no, it was real. And I think that if it was a similar, like, if it had happened now, we'd probably have to tweet. I don't know what people do on the internet now.
Tweeting.
What do people do on the internet? I don't know. That we would have to probably do something for social media, is my guess. That probably would be incorporated into it.
Everything
Yeah.
is tuned up and way more aggressive now, I'm sure.
Yeah. So if I just listened to the or watched the documentary and listened to the podcast about like the behind the scenes of America's Next Top Model. You guys see that?
Yeah, we did a whole podcast episode on it.
Oh, guys,
Mm.
I'm telling you, I'm not on the internet, but
Yeah.
I will check it out because I have so much to say about that. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
But when I would listen to those kind of things, I would be like, oh, yeah, no, like that's how this goes. Like, oh, they
Right.
make you sign this thing saying if you talk about who the winner is, you can potentially owe millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was definitely lots of NDAs and made sure they made us feel like we couldn't, yeah.
How long did it
legal
take
stuff.
to get for the show to actually be on TV from when you were done with it?
Yeah, like I was saying, so we got married in May 2008, and then I feel like that fall we were doing the show, and then I feel like it came out probably like the summer before our daughter was born. So it was like
Within the year.
a year whole, it was like a year process. So it seems pretty quick in terms of TV production.
And I forget like when you could say that you were going to be on it. Because I remember, like, I think before it was actually on TV, you said that you were going to be on the show. Because I know you couldn't talk about it while you were doing it, obviously. But when did that happen? When did you?
Did you do like a premiere party or anything like that, like at your house?
We had a couple friends over to watch it.
Yeah, we screened at least the first two episodes. Definitely had like, yeah, I have a picture saved in my reel of like the seats. So yeah, we did have a little screening, our buddies. I don't remember the specifics of like telling people about it. I mean, I don't even remember what I was telling my
I
parents.
don't think we were supposed to talk. I think we were allowed to talk about it because remember, like, didn't we do an interview with that newspaper before it
We're
came out?
we're on the News Journal cover, not the cover, but like the arts section or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure they told us when we were allowed to tell people, and I'm sure we followed those rules, right?
I'm
Yeah.
sure. I mean, like, I probably told my family.
So what did you tell work when you were gone?
I remember being like saying something that I had my boss like slightly like intrigued, and she was like, I was like, we're doing something involved. Told her the bare minimum, but it made it sound like, I mean, because it could have gone longer, and I was
Yeah.
and there was like slight. I had to like basically, I think I had to take a week of unpaid. Maybe they paid me for that
I
too,
think it did.
because I didn't have enough time off to potentially cover the whole time we were there. So yeah, but luckily work was supportive and things, so that was good.
Because
Wasn't
it
too
was
much of a headache.
several weeks, right? And I think with today's reality shows too, so when you got eliminated, were you able to go home?
Right away.
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
today I think they keep them. They
Yeah.
keep all the contestants and they just stay isolated
I was
until
wondering.
all the filming is done.
I was wondering if they do that all the time. Like when I would watch like Project Runway and they would bring someone back, I'm like, oh, they're holding them. Then I
Yeah.
wonder. Then I was like, oh, because I know that with our show, as it got closer to the end, and they knew like, oh, we're not going to fly them home for 8 days just to turn around and fly them back.
Yeah.
So I think they held them as it got a little bit closer to the end.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were long enough where like I would have lost my mind if I had to stay in a hotel room for another 12 days or whatever.
I would have loved it. I was thriving. I loved
So-
it.
Do either of you watch reality shows now?
I did watch a little bit of Traders
Oh, I love the
recently.
Traders.
Yeah, because people at work were talking about it. It got our son in trouble. I'll tell you about that.
Oh, I got to tell the story about your your audio friend too.
Oh,
Save that.
okay.
Keep going about reality shows you watch.
I watch Traders. We love Traders. I'm going to tell you the story about Drew, though. Drew, no, our son, who's our kid, who's 9, was at my work, and my boss had said, like, you have to watch Traders. So Drew watched it with me for a little bit, just like bits and pieces. So when my boss came up, I was like, Drew, do you think Keith is a loyal or a traitor? And he went, um, ugly, right in front of my boss. And my boss said it to my face, and he went, ugly.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
sat down, and then I was like, Drew, do you think Keith is? And Drew looked dead at him and went, bald.
Oh my God.
It's my boy.
So it's in the genes. You
They're
know,
gonna
like,
fucking kill me if I have to actually bleep out names.
No,
I
oh
can
no.
if you want.
no,
but-
it's fine. I think we'll be okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Sorry. Or
So, well, since I mentioned it, one of the funniest things that happened was, like everyone, all the grips and all the audio, like they're all like hip LA people. Like those, like we would be like, we want to hang out with them. Like, and like whenever we'd be on set, like all those guys. Like one time we were like talking about metal. This one, and I was like, so that one of them was, a cute rock and roll guy, whatever. And then, we had some banter, and he's an audio guy, so we're on set and it's between takes, and Bridget's like looking around. He's like, "Ooh, my buddy's looking cute today." And then he's like way off over here, but he goes, and I was like, "Bridget, he can hear everything." And he's like
Oh my
over there, like,
God.
because he's the audio guy, so everyone's all mic'd up. So and he's like kind of snickering. I was like, "Hey." That was funny.
it was funny. He had a
That's
really good
hilarious.
hat, that Whopper hat.
Yeah.
A really good hat. It looked like a Whopper. It was old. It's not bad. No, it sounds bad. It wasn't bad.
No, he was hip.
Yeah.
So what
No,
was
a
your
lot of people-
favorite memory from the show? What was your favorite part?
Getting to spend so much time with my dear wife.
Oh, that's nice. We do like each other. That's nice,
That's
isn't it?
good.
We
Yeah.
do. We still really like each other.
Yeah.
Glad this
Yeah,
has
and
all worked out.
especially no phones. I mean, I think that would actually be good for my husband and I to be somewhere. I don't know
Well,
that we could do more than a day or two, but
well,
with
it
no
goes-
phones.
It goes to show how much everything's good. How much it's changed since then. Like it was,
Yeah,
you know,
'cause we didn't have
society
it. We
is
didn't have the phones.
changing at such an insane pace because of this technology. Yeah, it wasn't like that back then. Didn't have to scroll something every 10 minutes or less.
What did we do?
Yeah, it
Well,
was a
there's
better
TV,
time.
there was
Yeah.
books. I had some books. I had, like music. I think I had my iPod. Yeah, a lot of iPod listening.
Yeah, even books I just listen to now. I used
Yeah.
to read all the time.
Yeah.
Now I just listen to them.
I think you guys got, what was it that you got? Was it a 3DS?
Oh yeah, they gave us PlayStation PSPs or something like that.
And I got a Sudoku book. So pretty even.
Yeah.
Oh.
But wait,
Hilarious.
I mean, you asked what the best memory was.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to think of something specific. What about you? What do you have?
Hmm.
Just the thing as a whole, just doing something so weird and seeing,
I-
behind the scenes.
Yeah, like just the experience of it. Like, because everything was kind of like, all right, you're going to go to the pool for an hour. Here are your drinks, and like at the time, I didn't even drink all that much. So I was like, let me get this beer down, But there was a pool, and I remember swimming in the pool and being like, why am I doing this? Like, they're going to, like, what's my hair going to look like when I get out of this
Yeah,
water?
I
remember-
would be thinking like that too.
Remember
What an idiot I am.
like one of the pool shots, they like zoomed in on my back. Marianne was like, they just gave you a sexy shot.
All slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my swimmer's back.
But yeah, I think like my favorite parts were, well, my actual favorite parts were probably us like hanging out in the hotel and just being able to watching TV.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Um,
like it was almost like a second honeymoon, right?
Yeah.
We got to just hang out a lot.
Yeah, not worry about anything. But really, I liked whenever we were outside.
Yeah, I mean,
That was fun. Any of the challenges, of course, like we're like, oh, we had no idea what we were going to do until you showed up and we were like, oh, we're at the dirt mall. Oh,
Oh
where
yeah. Oh, that was
Yeah.
the worst memory.
yeah, because you didn't listen to me and we could have
We'll talk
still
about
been on and not
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, what
but
was the worst stuff?
well, that challenge sucked. I hated that.
That was the carnival, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I took
But
you to
both of our
Swordfish,
ideas,
Yeah.
that doesn't it doesn't matter what you saw because like
Swordfish,
the Hinkins were like brutally smart about like we were like
just like crafty. Would you say they were crafty?
no, I wasn't gonna have anything to do with that. But I was the challenge. What they won because they, it was like you have to get tickets, and I was whoever had the most tickets, and
Mhm.
like they just. I guess I was thinking we have to do something that's like fair for the kids and their tickets, but they were like one ball per ticket. I was like, obviously, that was the smartest. We'll just cold hard capitalism.
Yeah.
And did they? You just saw. Are we on camera going Hinkins? Was that a thing?
I think you were.
I
That's
think
when
because
you
I was
did that,
doing
it's
that.
definitely yeah.
I think they caught it once, which shows it.
I think you were. I have a 2-year-old and he was watching too. So I was also chasing him around and watching at the same time. But when you did that, it jogged I was like, oh, I do remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, yeah, and they filmed us, not getting along during that scene, so that was a good TV too, even though it was less fun.
Was I mean? Was I rude?
No, I mean, it was just like us
No.
having differences of opinion. Yeah, yeah.
No, and
I didn't enjoy
honestly,
that one.
like compared to today, though, it was it was refreshing because it was like even when there was conflict, it was light. And I feel
Oh,
like on the shows you see today, it's like they just elevate the drama to a
mm,
next level where little arguments turn into like giant screaming matches. And I'm sure that's producer like
yeah, no
influence,
sleep.
like that's them
Yeah.
like driving that because you didn't see any of that. And this is a competition for a huge prize. I think the winner walked away with like
Yeah.
Was it
$480,000.
that much?
Yeah, it was half of
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Half-
I mean, that's a huge prize. So when you're watching, you're kind of like, oh, everyone's just kind of getting along. Like there's no like nobody's forming an alliances. Nobody's
Yeah.
like getting together and saying, talking crap about each other. Everybody was just kind of nice and it was a lot of laughter.
I
So
mean, I think they were
kind
probably
of
trying
nice.
to make a slightly wholesome show that wasn't like,
Yeah.
but maybe it didn't succeed because it wasn't all,
It was probably turning. There was like not a real precedence for like the really nasty kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I did think that they wanted it to be like it was on what
ABC.
ABC,
Yeah.
like
You said this was on right before the Bachelor?
Bachelor, I think, right before
So,
it.
like, I
Or
don't
right
remember
after, right
the
before, I
whole
think.
landscape of like as in like you were on at 8 and Bachelor was on at 9, like something like yeah.
Hmm.
So the whole landscape of reality TV, I guess, has been around for probably longer than I
Since
thought.
the real world.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, but basically all the shows being reality at some point, which seems like it's happened. But like even back then, like I didn't realize Bachelor was on. So Survivor must have been a thing already, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
It had
probably a
been,
long
yeah.
time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then with all these shows, there's sort of like varying levels of reality with
Yeah.
like so but yours sounds
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna.
pretty real. Just
Yeah,
do
I
what you
would say
want. Like
there
here are some
wasn't
things to
anything that
do,
I was
but
like thinking it was egregiously manipulated or anything
yeah.
when we saw the final product. So
Yeah. We're lucky that they wanted to keep it light.
yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
I think we probably did some. There was a first season too, so I was like, I can see what it's going to be like, and not. I wouldn't have done it if I thought I was going to get like set up to be embarrassed or anything like that, because I would easily
Yeah.
get embarrassed.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I mean, it is just kind of a weird thing that you were on this show.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a thing that we did. Isn't that what we did that thing
yeah. I
with
mean,
the reality show?
yeah. I mean, it's like not doesn't happen too often in life where just things kind of just fall into place. I mean, I think the photographer getting that thing and then us sending the video and
Yeah, it was
she's
easy. There wasn't a lot of
she's
effort.
cute, very
Something.
cute. I'm not too bad myself, I guess, right? Face wise, so that's
Yeah,
all it
you
takes.
guys
Is like,
made really great TV. Like I could see why they picked you.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
then, but reality stars today also, a lot of them have agents.
Mhm.
And I mean, I was seeing like when The Bachelorette was canceled, one guy came on TikTok and he was saying, I almost did The Bachelorette, and I'm glad I didn't do it because it got canceled because my agent had like 3 other shows, and I was trying to decide if I want to do Bachelorette or these other 2. And
Uh,
I'm thinking, but The Bachelorette, you're going there to like get married, and then this is you're trying to decide between which of these like
Well,
what
that's
is
an
it?
insane concept to begin
But
it's a
with,
launch
right?
yeah,
pad.
it's an
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
insane
launching pad.
concept, but that's
Right.
the world of reality TV. They're not, it's not really genuine, real like couples. And I think that's why most of you guys, everyone who was on that season and the one before are still together. And it's like living normal lives because you were real people, not just like people that are influencers on.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes
Yeah, and it
sense.
seems like all these stars of reality, like you said, have agents. They're all just like, so anyone who's a good-looking violent alcoholic gets an agent and then
Yeah.
lands
Yeah.
a TV show.
And they need to
Yeah.
have a lot of followers. That's the other thing they check for now. They'll go to their social media and see how many followers they have. So, like people that, I mean, I think that's such a rare and cool opportunity that you got to do that show. Definitely.
Yeah,
You're lucky.
yeah. I mean, it didn't seem real for so long. It was like, okay, this is happening. So
It's even crazier how much we've forgotten about it.
yeah, I mean, I think to some extent we sort of like memory hold a little bit because yeah, I mean,
It's a little bit embarrassing to say, you know,
No.
a little bit. Like when people say it at work, I'm always like, oh, this is like kind of funny, but also like a little bit embarrassing. I hate the idea of people thinking that I'm like,
I was on
I've got an
TV.
agent. I need to be a star. You know, like that's not how it
No.
was, you
Right.
know?
I mean, I think
No,
part
are
of the
you
reason we like
kidding?
each other is we're both like low ego type people. So I mean, yeah, I w- I don't know where I was going with that, but
It's
anyway,
a chance to win
right,
480,000. Like
exactly.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
take that. I would take that chance in a heartbeat. I mean, there's millions of people and you were like, I think there were like 9 couples total. I mean, think about that. That's like,
Yeah,
that's incredible.
I think there was one couple that the reason there was like 2 Mormon couples or something. I mean, but like someone fell through, so
Oh,
so there was like I think one of them was like a late sub, but we really had the only we were the only couple with that like East Coast city style. Like everyone else was yeah, like a lot of Midwest and stuff like that. So we filled that niche that they were looking for.
Oskowski.
Oskowski, that's right.
Oskowski. Katie Oskowski and her husband.
Sklet. I just
So how genuine were the other couples? Because I know you don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but and it's not bad about the Mormon couple, but we kept thinking they seem very like fake. It didn't seem it felt like they were being told what to say and how to act
by
a little bit. Where everybody else felt a little more genuine. It felt and it's nothing against like being Mormon or anything like that, but they were just
They're not
at
allowed
one
to
point
have
they're like,
TV.
we don't talk about these and we don't talk about any of this stuff. And then the next minute she's like all like squeezing all the butts and has like no problem doing
Right,
that.
yeah.
So I'm like, this doesn't make sense. In your interview before, it was like, clutch my pearls. I can't talk about kissing my husband. But now let me fondle all the asses.
All the butts. Yeah, no, it's true. They I think they were very and I think they are very into presenting like a united front. Like they're representing, for like all the people. Like I think that at the
Yeah.
time, especially like it wasn't I mean, like I guess there were like shows about it, but they were still it was still kind of strange.
Yeah.
It's strange that we were like, I was there with 2 Mormon couples, like it's not as weird anymore. I don't even know if I would like, but at the time, I think they really did feel like,
I mean, it's eye-opening
Yeah.
for us. We never hung out with
Yeah.
a lot of people like that before. Like so that was kind of cool. I mean, we were in a way we're kind of provincial in that we're only used to people from this area. So it was neat hanging out with like different types of people, and everyone presented themselves as they were in real life. So you kind of what you saw was how they were. The original question was, how did you phrase it again?
Yeah, just if there were any like did you feel like anybody like wasn't really genuine or were there anyone that you just didn't really get along with or were
Yeah,
you
no.
want to stick with you loved everybody because you don't
Well,
want
yeah,
any Enemies.
we already said that they didn't give us a lot of chance to, but
But this is who I didn't like. I and it was in the beginning. In the beginning, like I didn't like Katie, and I was like, gotta see her go. But like, because she was like very much like a cheerleadery type, and I think I like wrote her off as being fake, and he was like a lunkhead, like muscle guy. I'm like, all right, go
Yeah.
move on. But when we actually did after the thing, we got to talk a little bit more. Then I was like, oh, whoops, maybe I was a little judgmental. Um, I really like Andrea and Matt Smith, Mormons, cool Mormons, and I really like them. Like we talked a bunch because we have kids around the same age. So like back in the day when you would Facebook message people, we would
Hmm.
comment in people's things. The McMorrises we truly liked. The Ings, of course, we truly liked.
what was that kind of slightly
The ones that have twins, the Newberries.
the Newberries? Yeah, they were a little more low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People really thought she was Foxy. And what was her name? I remember Audrey. Aubrey.
They throughout the show they refer to all of you by your last names
Oh,
pretty much. So it was hard
the
to
McMorris.
remember.
No,
Yeah. Even the
Newberries.
host would say like Mrs. Huffman and
Yeah.
Mr. Huffman. And so yeah, I would text Colin and was like, what's their last name? Because I
Where
can't
the heck
figure out
is-
which one they are.
And then who else was there? 9 couples.
I think it was 9.
The
Yeah.
Coxes.
Oh, I love the Coxes because Ashley reminded me of my little sister Erica, and I guess I was really missing her because I was like, I would talk to her just like she was probably like, all right, okay, you want me to braid your hair? Like,
she was like, I mean, he was like the classic Southern
yeah, like little
sweetheart.
sweetie, yeah,
Um,
yeah, a bit of a Reese Witherspoon type.
well, okay, yeah, sure.
No, yeah,
I don't know, maybe.
that's what I felt. That's what I thought it was.
Um,
Yeah, are we forgetting anybody? Have we not
I
mentioned?
think you named them all.
Yeah.
So in the morning, it would show like you all gathering, coming down and making breakfast and talking. And was that all staged, or that was like you were genuinely waking up there, coming downstairs, getting
was-
breakfast ready?
I
That
I mean, it
was
was
set up.
it was obviously like, all right, you're going to come have breakfast soon, and everything's all ready. But the actual, filming of everyone coming in, that was all.
Yeah, they would line us up and be like, this is the order. And then like they would have like, all right, they would film like somebody walking in, and then like another group walking in. And then I think we were able to move freely. Maybe we'd start in certain areas. And then I think we'd start in certain areas and then we could like move around there. But I think right? Does that sound right? Hold on, pause. What?
Okay.
Pause.
Vacuum seal? We'll talk about it later. I don't know what vacuum seal is right now. Oh.
What were you saying? The filming of the breakfast? Yeah.
Yeah, because we had to like make a breakfast and like the girls have to make the boys a breakfast.
yeah, they did that. They were doing like the girls had to
forgot
make the
that.
boys breakfast, and then there was a day the boys were making something for the girls too.
Wow.
Yeah, and everything was set up. There was like a bunch of fruit and stuff, but we were like
Yeah.
making pancakes, pouring pancakes. Yeah, I mean, like I think that
But we
pretty
never
much-
saw you eating.
Yeah,
really.
good job. Yeah,
Just
good,
see everybody
disgusting.
like getting stuff ready, and then next thing you know, everyone's sitting down and preparing for the challenge. So
I guess there's not too much interesting things you can say while you have food in your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
well,
I, don't,
that's
and I
true.
don't even think that was like a full breakfast. I think we probably ate, and it was probably like
Yeah.
like little picky things, so that because we probably were having a meal before or after.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it wasn't
So-
for sustenance.
Did they keep you all isolated from each other because they didn't want anything to happen when cameras weren't rolling? Like, and so it was all timed with because I feel like if they just kept the cameras rolling and there would be maybe some conflict or thing if people
Yeah,
are
bugs.
around each other for long enough, little things are gonna start to annoy you about each other. And if you only have an hour, you're not gonna bond and you're not gonna have time to annoy each other enough to where
Right.
there's
I
gonna
mean,
be any conflict.
and maybe that's why it wasn't a very remarkable show at the end of the day, because it was just kind of.
I thought it was
Here's-
great.
Here are some people in a house.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's the same thing.
now they're not there.
I did question like how little couples seem to have like little bonds with each other, and I was like, how are they doing
Yeah.
that? Like, are their bedrooms at the certain end of the hallway, and they happen to get like groups together every time? But they did move our bedrooms every week. Every week before they had like a voting off, you'd have to pack your bags as though you were being taken home. And then the
Wow.
next time they would situate you and you would go to the hotel for the day or two. And then when you would come back, you'd have a different room in the mansion that we stayed at.
Yeah, yeah.
But I always wondered like how some people seem to have, do they have a chance like when they're in the vans traveling, like are there people letting them talk more than our
Yeah, I mean, like
talk?
the Hinkins and Coxes became friends real quick, but it might just be like mindedness, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
it could be.
Yeah.
excuse
But
me.
I did always wonder that because I was like, I don't know what to judge the people on. I don't know them at all. And I probably take a little while to get for someone to warm up, excuse me, to me. Or the other way around, I guess. Yes, but I never thought that we knew people well enough to make any kind of
Yeah, I
legitimate
mean,
calls,
the Ings were the only couples that really like enjoyed and made jokes. So I think we, that's why we liked them a lot. I mean, everyone liked the Ings, so
Yeah. No, but Michelle and I mean, it's probably been a year or two, but we would text message if like something ridiculous, like somebody posted a ridiculous thing on Instagram, like it has to be pretty big. And I just like, just send it with like no comment. And like,
Well, in today's
yeah.
world, everything is under a microscope when you're on these shows if you say anything. And there was a scene that I just have to ask because there was this scene where it was kind of like the newlywed game where you had to both have the same answer.
Oh, remember? Oh, I forgot all
And
those. Those were hard.
yeah. And one of them was who was Brendan's first girlfriend. And you both said Pam.
Yeah.
And then you, in your interview, Bridget, you said, but we don't talk to her anymore. You threatened to kill someone once and they never want to see you again.
Oh, I
And
forgot
then,
about
That's a
that.
true story.
and they never, and then they didn't explain. And I was like,
Yeah.
tell me more. I want to know about that.
We have spoken since. She actually yeah. No, she's fine. We actually have spoken since. Brendan dated this girl through high school. She was my best friend in high
Should I go
school.
get the picture real quick?
Ah,
Real quick. Yeah,
Picture.
you tell the story.
stop. Okay, tell
Whatever. So
me.
he dated this girl in high school. She was my best friend. She was like funny, great, whatever. But then I got another friend. She was a little bit of a bad girl. So we got in trouble and arrested.
Oh no.
But like I may have like been like, I'll kill you,
Okay.
as you do. And so when we got in trouble we took Christmas like outdoor ornaments from her lawn and moved it onto another friend's lawn a couple houses away.
Oh.
And her parents had us arrested and they tried to say it was a felony charge.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Are you kidding? Oh,
No,
that's
isn't that
so
funny?
ridiculous.
But when we had to turn ourselves into the police, they were cracking up. Like we had a blast. And so like that happened and it was very awkward for a bit, but it really was just like a stupid joke, but we were too old for it. And we've run into her since and it's fine. But yeah, Brian and I, we didn't even necessarily like when you were dating her, we weren't like giving each other like googly eyes. We were
There's Bridget on right there, and I'm in the two seats down. So
Wait, which one's in the blue? I can't
that's
even
Pam.
tell.
That's Pam.
that's
Oh,
Pam.
that's Pam. Okay.
But so
It's a 90s
that's how we
haircut.
met.
So do you even know if she saw the show?
I'm
She
sure
got a
she probably
mention.
did. Yeah, I think I'm actually sure she did because the friend, like we have too many similar friends for it not to have
Yeah.
gotten
Well, I
around.
thought that was hilarious too, but that
Yeah.
was one of those moments I was like, oh, I need to hear more about that
I know.
story.
Yeah.
Put
Whoops.
me in, producers. You're not doing your job. Like,
Yeah. And we saw each other since, and we've had, we've texted once in a while, but
I mean, you imagine how they have to cut these little tiny things out of all this material you get. So
yeah.
and they have to do it for so many different couples. So I mean, obviously, the longer you make it in the show, there's fewer couples. So then you start really getting some screen time.
yeah, it's just like
So
sound
we
bites.
just kind of got into that when we got booted off.
But those one-liners are what kind of makes the show. I mean, that's what you remember.
Yeah.
Are those little one-liners like you saying you threatened to kill someone once and they never want to talk to you again. I mean, that was funny. the, everyone's saying we're so sad and you're saying, time to get rid of the dead weight. Like that was funny.
Whoops. Oh,
Those were all great lines.
you didn't think my line about Southern people being stupid was?
Oh yeah.
Got in trouble for that
That was a
one.
good one.
You didn't like that one?
Where-
That
like
one
it.
didn't get a mention? No?
Yeah.
What happened
My
with that?
friend, Rob, his aunt, who is it? His
Aunt Stephanie.
Aunt Stephanie still doesn't like Bridget. 'Cause
No.
of that one.
She does
Because
not.
you said, see, that's the problem. People get too sensitive, and if the show aired today, you'd have definite internet
Oh, could you
trolls all
imagine?
over the
And if it's true,
Oh,
it's
thank
true.
God. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying you are
Wait,
dumb.
wait a minute.
I'm saying you sound like you are dumb.
It's a beautiful accent. And there's many Southern accents.
Why can't they don't have a beautiful listen to this beautiful accent? Street. Street. I'm gonna be on the street.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Not everybody has my beautiful accent, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so getting like the voting stuff, that's the only way people left?
Or accepting well, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
was there some kind of other out?
Who got kicked off on the second episode? I don't remember. I don't remember the
No.
order of things.
Is it some sort of disqualification?
No, it was all voting. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember too many details.
It was
about
only voting. They were offered money, a cash prize that grew
Yeah.
every time. It started at like 10, then it went
Yeah.
to 15, 20, and you could take the money, but it didn't mean you had to leave. You were still you could
or
stay,
or
but you could be
immunity.
voted out. Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
win, you can get some money or immunity. And then
Nobody
Yeah.
took it
Episode-
after the Smiths.
Every episode somebody was voted out. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
who was it that was before us?
So I mean,
Smiths were first.
yeah.
It was someone next to the Corlises. Everybody was always standing next to them. They were called up every time. And I remember she thought you were talking about her when you said the dead weight, because they were literally the couple that was called up every
I
time.
was. Might have been.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
so
They
was there
were
any,
dead weight, but
any
laughed all the way to the
strategy
bank.
or collusion with the votes? Like, how did you decide who to vote for when it came time?
Oh, you know what I remember? At the very end with the big last vote. Do you remember we were like, we're just gonna split our votes. We don't know what to do. We were talking to someone, John. Someone, and he was like, if you don't know, just vote for the people that the crew likes the most. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay, this is good. Like, because I think they were saying that one of the couples was a pain in the ass.
yeah, the crew would know more than anyone.
Yeah.
They're spending more time with them than you guys are spending with each other.
Yeah, and I think they
Yeah.
were like, this person's a pain in the ass, and you could tell like the crew wanted. I think, right?
Do you have
Yeah,
to,
I don't-
were there people
I-
like asking the crew to do stuff, or like I wonder how like annoying people how do you annoy a crew that's there to film
Right.
a reality show?
Well, they have to hear all their conversations, right? Like, so
Yeah.
they're probably just,
Yeah.
because like when we're mic'd up,
I don't
like that's on all day long anyway. Even when we're so they're probably just like,
I don't want to hear this person's thoughts anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Or their
And I think-
southern accent.
I think that also like somebody got hurt. So I think people were like
Was it?
became very expectant about
Was
this.
there something about a door? Like
Did somebody get poked in the eye?
I don't know. Yeah.
Did I have to go to the hospital?
What? That
Yeah, I
should have
can't-
made the show.
Was it Kenny? Did he get
I
poked?
thought there was something like someone got
An umbrella?
pinched in a car door. Yeah, I can't remember.
Ooh.
So,
Something.
Yikes.
nothing we have enough to make a segment out of.
Yeah. But but yeah, no, I don't. I really. It's funny because that entire time, and even like if I think about it now, I'm just like, I don't really know what that show was about. Like when people ask, I'm like, it's called Here Come the Newlyweds,
It was supposed to be based on an older one, right?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
the Newlywed Game. Well, that was more like the answering questions with
Yeah.
the writing on it was more like the Newlywed Game.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
remember any of
tough
that.
though. We tried to do it along with the show. My husband and I, we realized we know nothing about each other.
I'd like to do it now. I wouldn't mind doing it now.
We had
Seeing.
Yeah, we had some inkling that there was going to be stuff like that because remember we had this whole book that we're like writing down facts about each other
Yeah.
so we could try to. But like I,
Favorite color, blue. Favorite animal, fox.
Yeah.
At the time, favorite band, Mastodon. At the time,
yeah, and then I remember being nervous because we weren't ever getting them right and we weren't contributing to the pot. So I was like,
oh, that was right.
yeah,
Yes,
Ah,
that was part of it too, contributing to the pot.
Yes.
They could have used that as part of the reason why they didn't
Yeah.
people getting kicked off. Oh, right. See, I do not think about money at all. I don't worry in my mind with sums. That's Brendan's job. I didn't even care about it then.
You said that on the show, actually.
It's
You
true.
said
I
that
don't.
on the
Wasn't there a
show.
line about wanting to like hang out by the pool and take pills or something?
Yeah. And then when I was a nanny, the woman was like, because I was a nanny, and the woman's sister was watching it, and she was like, "Do you know she said that?" And she was like, "You have to know Bridget, like to like know why that's." I'm not worried about it, but like the kids that I nannied, their aunt was very concerned.
I think your mom Con wasn't super pleased with that one either. I think I remember feedback from Mary.
Oops.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know why or like in what context would it like she might have maybe we saw her later at like a wedding. She's like, Bridget, I didn't like that.
You don't really take pills, do you?
It has not come to fruition. You can tell her. Yeah. My
No, but
dreams
that's
have not been
why
made.
you guys were so entertaining, but that's why. Like, that's why you made great TV, because you were just like no filter, said what.
Yeah.
And that's also why some of the others felt like it wasn't genuine, because you could tell. I'm like, come on, when the cameras go down, you're yourself, right? Because the two of you felt very natural and just funny and a lot of good one-liners. And everybody else, it felt like they were, well, not, and the Ings were like that too, but a lot of the other couples, you could tell that it was very much like, once the camera's on, we're going to put on this persona of like perfection
Right.
and
Yeah, how
watch
they make it through
everything we
the
say.
interview
And
process.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean they could have done a better job selecting couples probably.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, like that's like
I don't think so. I think they did a great job.
I would say I'm just to your point. If they could have had it was it was all down to that pool of people they picked. So.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have weird dreams about this, I bet.
Yeah. Well, maybe
You should go
we're
back and
maybe
watch
this
it
is-
again.
Maybe this is
bring it all up again. Yeah.
start of so we can relaunch our TV career. Yeah.
Are you guys
Yes.
gonna
Yeah.
ask us similar questions? So we have to bring a piece of paper and write down our
Mm.
answers. What were one of the questions? I don't even remember.
If
mean,
we
there are-
put any thought into this at all, that would have been a great idea.
Well, there was all these. I think there was like, didn't they do that every episode? There was something like
Yeah.
like we had to. Was it always questions about having what do you think your spouse would write? That was kind of it.
There
right?
was one that was really awkward, that they're like, so the husband and the wife had to say at the same time the answer of which is your husband the worst at, cuddling, kissing, or sex. And
Your
and
question.
so
Must
you
have
had to
buried that
say
one.
it, and then they'd be like, so it was like 1, 2, 3, and some people
Cuddling.
would be like cuddling. Yeah, you said
Yeah.
cuddling, and you
Did I
guys
say cuddling? Do we know?
I think you two
I
said
stand by it.
cuddling. A lot of them said cuddling, but a few it was awkward because the one would be like cuddling, and the other one's like sex. Like, wait.
I just complained about us
yeah.
cuddling last night, actually. I was like, you don't like it when I'm near you when you go to sleep. And he was like, laughing.
I was like, yes, I do.
Yeah, but
Well, the more
it's
Katie said her husband was
it's
bad
been
kisser.
18 years. We finally had that conversation. I just thought this whole time that you didn't want me near you when you were going to sleep. Yeah.
Well, one of the other couples, I don't think it was you, but they also said cuddling because it's too hot and like to
Oh.
sleep like that.
Did we talk about hot hands? 'Cause we had-
On the show?
yeah, I wonder if we talked about hot hands, like Robin's hot hands.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't like to be like, you don't like, he does not, you don't like that either. You don't like to be all hot. You'd be like, get off me, you're too hot.
Well, it's
Like,
all
we would do this. Low hot air temperature. You hate that.
well. I have nothing to say on this matter at this time.
It's the right answer. Yeah. That's funny. What a bold question.
Yeah.
They're trying to, you know what? Maybe they just wanted us to be more horned up.
I
When
think
they
it
ask those
probably led to some
questions.
uncomfortable conversations for the ones that said different answers
Yeah, can you imagine?
when the cameras went down.
Oh,
Yeah, and then one time I remember we were talking at the pool, and the lady came over and was like, "Okay, guys, I'm glad you're all having fun, but we can't use this." It was like about like what was it about like your first kisses, and like it was. I guess it was verging on inappropriate, and she's like, "All right, segue into
Oh,
set. Like you can't talk about this." Like we're filming all this stuff, but we can't use it. So she's like, that didn't happen too often, but it did that one time.
Well, that's
Remember
kind
that.
of weird because I mean, like,
Yeah.
why they wouldn't just let it go and just use what they could use?
It was
But
a short amount of time out,
yeah,
like when they would do those like little socializing events or whatever. Like it really was like
And
an
that was
hour
and that was
and a
our
half, 2
only
hours.
that was the only time we could ever drink alcohol, like the whole time. Like we couldn't have it in the hotel room. So like I remember being like it was supposed to be one drink, but somehow I managed to get like I was like there's like Lucy's hanging back. Like I was like, so I remember being able to catch a little bit of a buzz, just like. But yeah, that was the only time for any libations.
You know
Wow.
what? I wonder if the smokers got to talk to people more.
Oh, I meant to ask that too, because you never saw anybody smoking at all.
Yeah.
So
Marlo.
Oh,
Marlo?
there you go. That was it.
yeah,
Marlo, she used to
Marlo.
like, it wasn't a vape at the time. It was whatever the predecessor of the vape was.
Was it?
She had that little thing she'd always like
Hmm.
do. And then she would also constantly be using a tooth whitening thing.
Oh, really?
Constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like every 3 minutes, she'd be like, whiten your teeth.
Marlo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite things I did say, oh, this is mean, but it was one of my when I said that she looked like a dirty compact sponge. I was like,
Did they use
oh,
that?
that's a good one. Yeah. They didn't use that.
Yeah, was
That's
there
great though.
Yeah.
so like those like weird questions they asked and make you answer at the same time? Was there any
That
stuff
is so good because it's so true.
Like you get it, like you
I
know.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Paints a
Was-
picture.
was there stuff that you did that ended up just getting cut? Like something that you thought, wow, this is going to be good, and then it just wasn't on the show?
Uh,
That might be a bit to remember.
yeah. Can't quite remember.
I'll
Yeah.
probably remember it in the next question, like
Yeah.
5 minutes from now, I'll be like, you know what? Well, I can't think of anything offhand. No, I think we were well received among the crew and like the director guys and stuff like that. So I think that
So they double crossed us when they tried to get us kicked off by
Yeah.
saying, "What do you guys think about what Bridget said?"
maybe
Yeah.
they'd be like, Bridget's hilarious.
I
Maybe they thought
think they were probably
bolstering us.
stirring up drama. I don't know that
Yeah.
it's necessarily their goal to get you out, but probably just to get, people to start talking
Make a watchable
shit
show.
about each
Yeah.
other and make it
Yeah.
so that it's like, oh, let's get some drama. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
it was a watchable show, Colin. It was very entertaining.
Yeah,
My husband
that's what I'm saying.
we
they
enjoyed
had to
it.
make it a watchable show.
And I even texted my sister and was like, "Oh my gosh, you have to watch this show. It's on Prime." I was like, "You can log in my account and go watch it," because she loves all those like The Bachelor and all these like the challenge reality competition shows. So I knew it'd be right up her alley.
the challenges were I think those were probably like the most fun things.
Yeah.
You really just didn't know. And it was a bunch of
Yeah.
just like you couldn't even really imagine what it was going to be next. Like Dr. Ruth.
Oh
Was that? I don't
yeah.
think that was a challenge. I think that was a special.
Oh, that was one of their special.
That was
ones.
One of them
yeah.
was there was a paintball fight, right?
Oh, right. And I was like, I
Oh
don't know how to
yeah.
do
That was the first
Like, I didn't-
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, the first episode was paintball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I remember some girls were really into it, and I was like, they did not read me if they thought that this is
Yeah.
what I would be into.
Yeah. Don't those
Yeah.
hurt? I've never done paintballing.
I don't think I must have gotten hit, right?
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't really remember too much about it. I feel like
And it was girls against boys.
Yeah,
gun
it was the
wasn't
boys.
working well.
Supposed to be helpful.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's that supposed to be helpful?
Yeah,
among-
how's that helpful
think
for go shoot your wife? This will
Yeah.
be a good for your marriage.
Yeah.
So we paintballed. We went to the hardware store. We went to the dirt mall. That yoga thing.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
I mean, bugs.
Bugs
Yeah.
butts.
The
Yeah.
bugs, the butts. And Dr. Ruth, I mean, that's
What a
an
get.
icon.
Yeah,
Like,
get.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And we had to sit there like
I mean,
on yoga mats all. Was that the
Oh,
Dr.
yes,
Ruth one?
that
That
was
lady
awkward.
It was awkward.
I don't remember the yoga too much, but that is when I had my.
It was like sensual yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all
My-
about like intimacy and yeah.
Ugh, no.
my
I think
Buddhism quote that I liked. That was during the.
Is that
yoga.
true?
Yeah.
the whole point of intimacy is that it's not in with a room full of people. I
Right,
understand,
exactly.
right? I
Reality
call me
TV.
crazy, but
Yeah, I guess
Right.
it's probably because like we said we're both sort of prudish about things, so I was like probably a little worried that there was going to be more of that. I'm pleased that it wasn't anything over the top that I was, horrified about that we had to
Well,
do. So that was
that's why
good.
you got punched in the nuts because
Yeah.
you were making a joke at it and trying to force
Mm-mm.
Bridget to talk during the sex part.
As
No.
long as it's
She
all
didn't wanna
about
talk
words and discussion, I'm fine. But once we have to start, like, if we had to do like weird,
Like
I don't remember.
barrel races. or
Yeah,
something.
did I suppress the yoga thing? I don't remember what we actually did with yoga.
I just know we had to like sit oddly.
Oh, do we have to like stare at each other or something? I don't
Yes, you had
remember.
to stare at each other and you had like your legs and arms like wrapped around each other and like, but everybody in the room was doing it. So it was just, I was like,
And
oh,
we're
this
probably
would be
like
awkward.
laughing and like giggling the whole time.
Yeah,
I
they weren't
imagine.
like they were just kind of, it was a short scene and they were showing like all the couples so that it wasn't like zoomed in on you guys or anything, but it had to be in the moment actually doing it, feeling so awkward.
It was. I do remember being like, oh man, they didn't call it again. I met people that like paintballing, partner yoga or whatever they were trying to call it. It's not my scene.
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what else they used to do though? I remember because some of the boys would be so sweaty. Not my husband because he is perfect in every way. They would give the boys pads like
Like maxi pads?
Yeah, like feminine products to put under in their shirts because we would be outside all the time on that like platform. and
Like
it was
to make
so
you even
hot.
hotter though. Like
Yeah,
to have
'cause
these
they had a-
giant cotton thing. Yeah.
Absorb. Yeah. Remember that? Because
Funny.
they would just like change their shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So did you guys watch season 1 before you went on?
I remember it was back then when that would have been really hard to find. Like, I don't think I had an opportunity to do
Oh, it was
because
before like streaming services.
I just saw
and
clips
stuff.
of
I don't
Ah,
think I could even find it anywhere to watch.
trailers.
yeah.
I think I read summaries of the episodes, so I got an idea of what it would have been like. But I think if I could have, I probably would have watched it some. But it was not. Couldn't do it.
Would have
It's a
prepared us a
huge
little better.
prize back then too.
Yeah.
Almost $500,000.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, yeah, that was crazy. And there was one scene that I think it was the couple that was offered 25,000 and they said, "Man, that could just do so much for us. That could be a down payment on a house, a car, all these things that we can get." And we were like, "Not anymore."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
good luck
joke.
with that.
Well, and then those Hinkins, they would have had to tithe 10% of it.
Yeah,
so.
they said that they were saying that they would. They were
What?
they were like they would give everybody. I think that was like their angle to try and get. Wait, no, because they went to the third, right?
Hinkins?
They were the third from the last out.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of
They
like
didn't have nothing left. They had to give half to the government
Yeah.
and then
the other half.
the
to,
rest
I
to
want
the
my cut.
church.
Yeah.
I want my cut. Because I think that's what they were trying to do. Like
Yes.
we would give everybody. I think they were like saying that they would give the other couples a piece, like a tie.
What,
No,
they
I
were
think
trying
they
to.
meant their church, right?
Yeah, but no, I think that's like part of the thing that they were saying. Like they would do their
Let us win
church,
and we'll make
but they would
sure
also be like,
everyone
and you know
wets their
what?
beak.
This is what we do, like because we
Yeah.
are just. And yeah, exactly.
That's got to be against the rules somewhere, I imagine, though.
Well, it didn't work.
5 votes.
Didn't work for them. So they
Yeah.
probably counted in the ballot box. Everybody probably voted for him, and they're probably like, "Poor us." Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, it would be a nightmare to try and dole all that money out, like,
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't thought about this stuff in so long.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I think it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's really cool that I was just watching you on TV last night, like
Yeah, you've
binging
been-
it. And now I'm talking to you now.
Yeah.
Is it shocking?
It's
Like,
even
oh God, no.
Immersed in our lives.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
the past few days, huh? So,
Weird.
welcome.
Yeah, not much has changed. I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't think so much.
We've made it work pretty well for a solid.
Made it work sounds like it's been a
Middle-
difficult road to hoe.
No, come on.
It didn't make it work. It works
Yeah.
because we like each other.
Well,
That's
okay.
important.
Yeah. Right?
3 kids and a successful marriage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yes.
referring to.
You're the true winners.
Yeah, it's true. And I guess anybody else that also has 3 kids and
Yeah.
is successful marriage.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to check out Explaining Reality on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Links are in the episode description.